One of the things that I'm going to do for myself is finish this chonker.
Cats are an important part of self-care.
Mrs. Pickles is in the way.
Excuse me, we are watching your compatriots die over here. I think it has a tiger face on it.
Hello. Welcome to Miss Peepers Reading Corner. I'm Katrina, aka Miss Peepers. Let's talk about books. Actually, let's talk about self-care. So today is a Saturday, and my husband, Mr. Peepers, is away at what we affectionately call nerd camp. He LARPs. And so he's going to be gone all day. I'm on my own. I have no commitments today, and that's a nice feeling. So when that happens, I like to do a self-care day. So that's what we're going to do, and I'm going to take you along with me. And the first thing we're going to do is make a cup of tea. Specifically, I'm going to make this cup of tea into a latte, which is something I don't do terribly often because I'm not a morning person. So for me in the morning, I am just not all there. I do make a cup of tea every morning, but it's usually an ordinary cup of tea. It is not hard to make your tea into a latte. It's just a couple extra steps. If you're interested, this is not sponsored, to be really clear. I'm drinking Bohemian Breakfast by Magic Hour. I love this stuff. So I've got that. I thought I had some lavender. It looks like I'm out of lavender. Well, you know, we take these hits and we roll with them. So what I do is I'll like brew my tea in here, and then I tend to throw in a little vanilla extract, just the ordinary stuff you get from the grocery store. I eyeball it. This gives that vanilla taste without a ton of syrup, and then put in a spoonful of honey, and then we wait for our water to boil. One of the things that I'm going to do for myself is finish this chonker, the Forsyte Saga. So last night I got to the end of the second book called In Chancery. So the books are called The Man of Property, In Chancery, and To Let. I've got the third book here. It's about 250 pages. On a day where I have no other commitments, that feels entirely doable. But we'll see, because sometimes I get distracted. So we'll see if I read all 250 pages and if it takes me literally the entire day, which it might. Pour our tea and let it steep for a bit. Got some milk. I put it in a mason jar just because I happen to have one. And it's nice to have a dedicated milk mason jar, but like, seriously, does not matter. And I got this milk frother online. Zule Kitchen. Again, not sponsored, but relatively inexpensive, battery operated. So let's hold the button down and froth our milk. You can steam your milk beforehand. I don't, because I can't be bothered. But and I don't mind the mix of temperatures. If that is a thing that would bother you, steam your milk first. And I also have a strainer so I can get the tea, pour the tea without the leaves in my Star Wars mug that makes me so happy. It's freaking gigantic. And then I pour in my foamy milk. Score. Normally, I don't get my proportions right, and I end up just like drinking the last of the foamy milk. But this is perfect. Look at that, perfect. Look at that. My proportions are perfect. Makes me so happy. Also, look at the Millennium Falcon on the handle of my mug. So let's get our day going. I'm going to wake up a little bit more. I know I seem awake. It's an illusion. I'm going to wake up a little bit more, have some breakfast, and just kind of get my day started. And I'll check in with you periodically as I do my various self-care things today.
Cats are an important part of self-care. Miss Sylvie, you're going to be an important part of my self-care. Another thing that I'm going to need to do is redo my nails. Look at that. Terrible. Oh, sorry, I stopped hitting you. I know. We are playing some Animal Crossing. We are redecorating Chief's house because Chief's house is, in my opinion, kind of a hot mess. And Sylvie agrees, don't you, Sylvie?
So what does self-care mean to me? So I've talked about self-care before on this channel, in the capacity of like the book Burnout, for example, and just in general, if you've been around, you know that I'm a big proponent of good mental health, of looking after your mental health, of acknowledging that mental health is a thing that needs to be cared for, which is the first step for some folks. Um, no shame. Look, we all come from different places, and we were all brought up in different ways from different aspects of society. Some parts of society really push good mental health, and others tell you to shove everything down. So you start where you start, right? But um, self care is something that is discussed so much on the internet, and so will I add anything new to this discussion? I don't know. I'm adding my spin. So what does it mean right now? First of all, definitely I do not recommend only having like doing self-care when you have a whole day to dedicate to it. When you do have a day to dedicate to it, it's amazing. I love it. It's going to be a great day. I'm excited. I slept in this morning till like 10. The cats let me sleep in. I thought Mr. Peepers had fed them, but apparently not. They just let me. They knew their fur mummy needed some sleep. So so I slept in. I'm not in a like crisis mode where I need intensive um like self-care or I'm going to fall over. I've been in that space before. I'm lucky not to be there right now, which is great. I love it. So where we are today is just we're just going to do a little bit of rest and relaxation, a little recharge. And self-care is going to be, for me today, self-care is going to be a mix of like fun floofy things and a couple of things that like are not as fun but need to be done and are good for you. If you're wondering why sometimes reading is a challenge, yeah, baby doll. So I'm trying to read my book, and Mrs. Pickles is in the way. But she's so cute, and cats are self-care, yes? Let's see if I can get her settled, and then we can try to read again. I think sometimes people who don't have cats are like, oh, well, you can just sit in your chair, and your cat will sit directly on your lap, and you can read a book. And the cat, I mean, she is purring. I don't know if you can hear that. Yeah, this is what I'm dealing with. But I think she's mostly settled. She's in her blanket. And so this is the hashtag cat mom life. I wouldn't trade it. I really, really would not. But I can read now. I'm on page 659. This is the first page of the day. Let's do this. Oh my gosh, yeah, they're like tumbling over the side. I love it. Oh, this game is so ridiculous. Yeah, if you stand over here, you can see them. Whoop, that guy went flying, but. Oh wait, someone came over here. Right? I'm like, excuse me, we are watching your compatriots die over here. How dare you poison us? Hello. The self-care day has come to an end, or is nearly at an end. It's like 10 o'clock at night now. And I have done some reading. Not noticeably, probably, to the astute observer. Okay, I read 2 chapters, all right. Look, I did a lot today, though, in the self-care sphere. I don't want to say it's been a long day or even a busy day. Like, the whole point of today was that I would sort of meander through it, and as a result, I'm a little tired. But that's a good thing. Like, it's not like, oh, I've done so much, I'm fatigued, but rather, I'm rested, which was kind of the point. The last thing I'm going to do before I sign us off is, because he knew I was doing a self-care day today, my husband, Mr. Peepers, very kindly got me a face mask. So I do a face mask every once in a while. It's not like a routine thing. I'm not beauty influencing you at all. I do this every once in a while, not so much because of like benefits to my skin or anything like that, although moisturizing is nice. But more because it forces me to take my glasses off and to sit quietly for a little bit. I'm gonna do that. The one that Mr. Peepers got me though, I think it has a tiger face on it. So this should be amusing if nothing else. But I'm gonna put this on and then I'm gonna read for a bit. That's a juicy one. Whew. Oh my gosh, yeah, it actually has tiger stripes on it. I love it. This is the things I do for y'all. I didn't have to do this on camera. Oh my gosh, and then the tiger has a tiger on the cheek. Wow. Fold the little nose down. There we go. Here we go. Okay, without my glasses, it looks ridiculous. I assume that if I were able to wear my glasses, it would still look ridiculous. But I feel like I went to like a fair or something and went that like the face painter, you know. Maybe we'll get some of that gloopy goodness in here. So there you go, the tiger face mask in all its glory. I love it. Okay, let's read for a bit. Well, you tell me, is my face more beauteous? I know, Sylvie, sorry. I'm sorry. I mean, look at that sheen. I don't know. I don't know. I find them calming. That's what matters. And here is Sylvie. Sylvie is also calming. You probably can't hear her purr, but she's got a nice big loud purr, which I love. I love, you see, Jules, you're so pretty. You're such a pretty kitty. Okay, so I did not get to the end of this book as I had hoped, planned. I wouldn't call it a solid plan, but I'm making progress. I will point out that I have been reading this book since June of last year. I think that's when I started it. I had this idea during the Amazing Readathon last year, an idea that made, in retrospect, absolutely no sense. That one of the prompts was the book with an animal on the cover. And so my copy of this has swans on the cover. This thing's 900 pages, 906 pages if we're being precise. And in the Amazing Readathon, which I'm going to do again next month as well, next month is a year. So I'm going to be doing the Amazing Readathon again this year. But points are awarded to the teams based in part on how many pages you've read. So I was like, oh, I'll just read a really big book and that'll give me the page count I need. But here's the thing about the Amazing Readathon is that there are 10 prompts, which means that in a 30-day month, you're getting a prompt every 3 days-ish. Sometimes 2, sometimes 4, like it varied a little bit, but like on average, every 3 days. I think I've proven just today that I'm not reading this in 3 days. It's a really good book. I don't think I actually said this morning what it's about. I'm just sitting here assuming that everyone knows the saga, the drama within the Forsyte saga, because I have been reading it for a literal year. I've got this habit of picking up a book and then a big classic and then taking an entire year to read it. I don't think that's necessarily a bad thing. All right, let's stop rambling. It's late. I'm tired. My brain is starting to power down. So the Forsyte saga is about a family called the Forsytes. They The story starts in the 1880s. The first novel focuses on the marriage of Soames Forsythe and his wife Irene, and essentially it is a marriage that is very one-sided. He is enamored with her, and she does not return that affection. The repercussions of this relationship have ripple effects throughout the entire Forsythe family, and there's a lot of drama. There are love triangles in here. There's scandal. There are a lot of rich people problems. I'm just gonna say. I described this book to my husband as unhappy rich people. Unhappy rich Victorians. This has been a lovely day. I had a good time. I got a little exercise. I moved around a bit. Did some fun stuff. I did some reading. I painted my nails, did a face mask. You can't really see. It's like a shimmery shine. It's clear-ish, sort of like pearlescent. I might actually, because I just got this nail polish, so I might actually at some point put this over like a matte nail polish. That'd be kind of fun. Follow me for more like groundbreaking beauty tips. Oh, I can't even say that with a straight face. I can't even deadpan the joke. All right, it's sleepy time. It's been real. And I hope that you take the opportunity to look after yourself, whether you are able to take a full day or just a few minutes here and there. Even a little bit at a time adds up significantly. So take 5 minutes, take 1 minute for yourself to do something that works for you, that uplifts you in some way, whether it is psychologically, spiritually, physically, whatever it is. Do something for you. Do something for you today, and then do something for you tomorrow and the day after that. And either way, something that you can always do for yourself and for society as a whole, things that benefit everybody. Always, 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 always keep reading. And I will see you in the next one.